26th of July, it's a Tuesday morning, and of course today is going to be a big day. Sri Lanka take on Australia in the first test in Pallekele in Kandy.
That's right. 1 hour ago, we were desperately trying to get in touch with ace spin bowler Muttaya Muralidharan, and finally we have got through. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so obviously we've got the world's greatest spinner on the show with us right now. Murali, there's been a lot of what's the right word? Conversation and situation that's actually been going on for a while. Tell us exactly what really went down. I mean, when you were approached by Australia to consult, were you surprised that they actually spoke to you about this?
Not really, because I've been consulting for the last time in Sharjah, then after that they asked me. So I think consulting job is I like to do it. So when someone asks me to do, I prefer to do a job.
But what is this big issue that's actually going on right now? I mean, we know what a great servant of Sri Lankan cricket you have been. And is it because of the fact that you're consulting for Australia when Australia is taking on Sri Lanka at home? Is that the reason? Or would it be different if you were consulting for Australia and if they were playing, for example, say South Africa in South Africa? Would it make a change?
I don't know. That should you ask the question from the who are making these acquisitions, because I don't know what's wrong with them. And cricket is all about professionalism. And if they didn't ask me to do any consultation, so why should I not take somebody ask me?
Exactly. And on that question, when were you last actually asked by Sri Lanka cricket to help the young budding Sri Lankan spinners?
I was having almost 2 years ago when Nishant Ranakunda was asked me, and I said they want to make me a consultant. I said I can't do full time, but whenever I'm free, I come and help them, and you don't have to pay me even. So I did free of charge. I went to Katarama with Pia Vijay and I helped some spinners at the time, because especially for Karindu Kaushal, at the time he was going through some problems. So that's the time I got in. But after that, they never asked me. So without asking anyone, I can't go and interfere their job.
All right, Murali, before I start asking you a couple of questions, I just wanted you to know very clearly that Shaq and I are 333% behind you on whatever it is that, you decide to do. But lots of the papers have reported this situation where you had apparently spoken to the curator and got the Australians opportunity to do some practice bowling. Can you elaborate on that situation for us, if at all?
And the truth behind that situation.
Yes, the truth behind it.
That is not my job to do. I'm a consultant for bowling for 2 spinners at the time. And I don't want and go into what wicket they play, and I don't care because which wicket they play, because the 3-day match is on. The board curator is Sampath. His name is, he's the main curator, so you should ask him that whether it happened. I think nothing happened like that. So it's a false accusation and carried out by Sri Lankan team manager Charit Seneka. When I met him, I asked him. We used to play together, and we respect each other. So why are you carrying these false accusations without knowing anything? If you would have want to, you ask the curator or me. So you have the honest answers. And he said, no, we are inquiring. So I don't care about inquiring, but just before you do something, put into the media, you should ask. So I think he got upset on that because I'm just straightforward, and if something wrong, you should come and ask the person and clarify if possible, because rather than making a controversy.
Now, how will your relationship with SLC go from this point in? Do you feel like there's any future as far as, the two entities getting together for the benefit of cricket and Sri Lanka in general?
You should ask this question from them, because are they willing to bottom the cricket, or they want to make their names and they want to be forever in that position? That's the biggest question you should ask, because I'm not there for positions or anything. So what I love this game and I love this country. And much as I can help people from NRs without anything I could do the help. It's not a problem. But the problem is when these opportunities, these people not created for any other coaches in Sri Lanka, because there were a lot of coaches in Sri Lanka who were sacked or they were not asked to come because they have been going to abroad and doing really well. So, and they bring all these foreign coaches and work with them. So why can't they use these coaches to better more power cricket? Because definitely Sri Lankan will be a better coach because of they will love the country and they want to be in the country to win. So when a foreigner comes, it's a job for him.
But
so there is two different things. So if it's available, why not they take? So they should be asked these questions because they're not using it. So I think this is wrong method and going forward for Sri Lanka.
Murali, you are a consultant, or you were a consultant for the Australian cricket team. What does that actually mean in terms of consultancy? What are you empowered to do with the Australian cricket team?
So my consultancy is only about spin,
right?
Bowling, for two spinners to how to improve their skills. So that's I've been doing with them for last 2 years because on and off. And last time they came to Sri Lanka also for 6 days before they went somewhere to train with me. So like that, we had a good relationship between consultants. So I do for that even for Bengal cricket in Calcutta.
And
I do for IPL, mentor plus consultant, so cricket English. So I enjoy this thing.
And at the end of the day, you're a legend in cricket, and obviously you have to give it up for any country that actually wants to pick your brains, so to say, and share your ideas. But you, from the first step itself, even though you were requested to be a consultant right throughout the series, you've only said that you can only do that for 10 days, and that too before the series.
Yeah, because I thought it's a little bit awkward for me when sitting in the opposition dressing room. So I felt it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I can do only for 10 days before they train, before they get into the matches. So I'll be training their spinners. That's all.
I don't think you've got anything to worry about because you've got the entire country behind you, because everyone knows the amount of work that you have done to put Sri Lanka on the map. But getting away from all these unnecessary issues that we have right now, it's time for us to actually pick your brains to find out what do you think that is actually lacking in the current Sri Lankan team, and how can we take steps forward to be again a nation to obviously deal with in international cricket. What are we lacking right now?
It's very difficult me to understand why to go through that, especially Mahela Jayawardene when he took a year before something as a consultant job. Not even he just offered himself, and the interim committee asked him, and he offered himself free of charge to do that. And he did a very good program how to develop Sri Lanka cricket. So he has given the plan, everything, and the interim started to do that, and this guy sacked Mahela and put the program off. So I knew that program, if they can do at least 70% of this, I think this cricket will win, because I think Mahela has a better knowledge than anyone. He was very great captain, and he knows Sri Lankan way because he's been playing for 17, 16 years like me. He has a lot of experience, and that's why ICC has taken him into a cricket committee.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone doesn't want cricket board like us, and ICC is the governing body has taken him, so he's good enough to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
So I think something wrong with our system. So that means whoever capable of doing jobs won't get it, because when he's doing free of charge of love of cricket and everything. So for me to understand, I have to be in thing because I can't just blindly can say this is the wrong thing and this is another. I have to study about it. Because since I played 2011, I played all overseas 2020 cricket. Then I did consultation. Nobody asked me to do anything, so I didn't watch much cricket. Also, only TV sometimes I watch rather than I didn't go live. And I don't know about the young players also because I'm not seeing them. I didn't play with them. So I think main question is once we left, this is the era. The players who brought by Arjuna Varakunda, you have to give credit to him. 96 when he as a team and as a captain, he won the World Cup to us. Then that team, if you see, till 2011, the players who came through is Arjuna era. Because Arjuna left cricket in 2001, at the time only 2001, 2000. So at the time only Mahela Jayawardene introduced all these players introduced by him. And especially, so I think after that, we had a group of players and they vanished. After 2011, players like Khandambi, Chamara Silva, together on and off, Utu Charanga. So I think it's a continuation and the support by the cricket boards and support by the coaches and identifying the talent and taking them to next level is the most important thing. So Arjuna really did that as a captain for this nation. So that gave us the evidence of the last 20 years of success. He produced great players. He even imagined Sri Lanka could produce. So we haven't produced since 2011 any good players. So that's the biggest problem and we have to identify why. So those are the reasons identified by Mahela and said this is the way to go forward. So they just throw in and surge him up.
Yeah, but it must be. I mean, of course, being a legend in Sri Lankan cricket, it must be definitely difficult for you to sit back and watch the country that you represented with so much passion, unfortunately losing ground and losing matches after matches after matches. I mean, it's frustrating for us ordinary spectators supporting cricket so much. It must be even worse for someone like you who's been in the thick of things.
Yeah, I think especially because you can't undermine the players who are playing now. They are also very talented. Only thing they didn't, much of the younger players, they don't have the experience what we got through the career. So I think if you put them in right path, definitely they can achieve. The talent is not lacking here. The lacking is about how they groom them and who the organization who grooms them, what the support they give to them. It's not all about coming to the newspaper and saying, I did this, I did that. What's that? Because you have to see the performances and you have to see what you have got in and what facilities are given to them. So those are the things important and how you guide them to become a great player. So for that, you need good coaches. And a good coaching system, not only for the national team, it has to come from school cricket to club cricket to how you make, and cricket is become professional in now. So when you come to club cricket, they don't pay the players because nowadays the way the economy is going, and it's tough for players to just play cricket and live their life because the problem is not enough for them what they are paid. Unnecessarily they spend on other things and not putting the money into the right place and looking after the players. The players is the product. Players are the product. So product to be good to perform. If you're selling something, the product has to be good, people will buy. Same thing, if you don't look after the product and you don't produce the product properly, nobody will buy. Same as cricket, because you have to look after the players, not only the national players, even the club players, to become professional. Their problems will be there. So those aspects also not looked in by cricket boards. So I think these are the problems they're facing. and they are not free-minded, and they are looking forward every time for what can do or provide for their family next time. So if you start playing professional cricket, all world is playing at the moment. If you want to compete, we also has to be professional.
Mm-hmm.
And players being looked after. So then only, see, to any man or woman, to be working condition has to be free of mind. If you have other problems in your back of your mind and you're trying to work, you try to give 100%, you can't give. You can give only 60% of your work. So that is not good enough in international cricket.
That is so true.
Man.
That is so true. I mean, it's so obvious that the last few minutes that you actually spoke to us, it really did come from the heart.
It's been 20 minutes now.
I know, it really did come from the heart, and we know exactly what I think the issue is. But Murali, here's a question for you. If Sri Lanka Cricket decide to call you on board on a full-time basis to help the current situation of the team, will you be able to accept it?
See, for me to change the system, I can't do alone.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That team has to be honest people. Honest meaning heart. You say, I love this game. I love this country. Our cricketers has to be better. What can we do to help them? Is that conscious work people can you find? Definitely, I would love to come and help. Because I don't want to be a mixer of going into someone like, they don't care. Their ulterior motives are different. And I go in a different motive and try to help. It doesn't work. It has to be a teamwork. To win, one player, two player, you can win one match out of 10. But as a team, if you play, you will win out of 10, 7 matches. It's all about teamwork because it is a big responsibility to take on because it is not one, and you have to have the right people and right things. The problem is over the period, every sector, honestly, they have to think they got the right people, I know in Sri Lanka, the chief executive is there. He's a nice person, but he doesn't have any powers. So you put a name in chief executive, right, in a position, and you don't give any authorities to make decisions and talk whatever they say you do. Why do you have a chief executive? So those are the problems because whatever the people who go on designated job is all manipulated. What the interest of the main person, main people, their interests only carried out. So there is no how to develop. There is no plan. What they're going to do, short time plans, long time plans. That's what Myla gave us lovely proposal. They could have taken it. And if Myla couldn't do, I don't know how can I do because I am an outspoken person because I always, if I feel it, I will say to the face. I don't know because sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. So life is all about like that. You get it right sometimes. If I'm wrong, if I felt it wrong, I'll say sorry to the person because I am wrong. So I'm not a perfect person. And I'm not perfect tonight. Nobody in this world is perfect. Everyone does mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I have done mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So cricket is all about, life is all about forgive and forget and move forward. And you don't think about the past. You just go on. That's what I thought about. If people make mistakes in this country, if you think, as ethnic people like Tamils, like, no, Somalis have done mistakes. Tamils have done mistakes. So are we talking about those and sitting on one place? No, we have to move forward. Life is all about forward because you don't think about past and what happened to you and sorrow about it and go. So be positive and make sure that obstacles will come and you move through. This is the way the life. So if people doesn't understand that, if every Sri Lankan does that, you move forward, talk about what you want to do in life, right things to your conscience and say, am I doing right things? Am I helping the people? whatever he could. You don't have to spend money to help people. You can give your time. So like that, so many things you can do in life. So I think we are getting in a different matters in cricket board. We are not, I think up to now, I felt it that they have not helped the players enough. So that's why we are lucky. They are not identify the players. If you identify the players, you have the patience to carry through them. You don't get the performance in one day. You have to wait for years. So like that. So that's the beauty about Arjuna. When Sanajja Surya, he knew that he is going to be one of the best batsmen. So he kept in the team for last 5 years without really scoring, and he kept him. Havanathabattu. Like that player. And he persevered. So those kind of thing you have to identify. So for that you need a talent. So I think identifying a player is very difficult. So I think Arjuna got that talent. I don't know how he got it. He got that talent, and he has whatever he touched the player, that player become a world-class player in these 20 years. So these kind of people should come into board. I'm not saying about administration. Administration, you give the top people in the country who are good administrators. They don't have to play cricket to do administration. They have to play. They don't have to play cricket. They have to be a good administrator. Cricketing matters, you leave it to the cricketers who past cricketers, who knows about it and who are good-hearted and want to help the cricket. Definitely, this country will move forward on cricket.
God, it has been. You know what? It has been an absolute
Eye-opener.
privilege.
Yeah.
To talk to you, Murali. Thank you so much, and I don't think you've got anything to worry about with the with Sri Lanka not backing you.
See, I actually didn't worry about these things. For me, people can put pressure. You walk through the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
That's always me mind. See, only thing is what I didn't do. Things people lie. I didn't want it. People think I did that.
Right.
So that's what I want to clear in there. And I said, they said I'm a trader, so that's why I explained what I did for the country, not in cricket, in social web and charity-wise, and what I've done. So I have to tell. I never told what I did for the last 16 years to anybody. So I have to come and tell, I'm not a trader, I'm a Sri Lankan. I want to be a Sri Lankan always. First Sri Lankan, then only a Tamil. So it doesn't matter for me. At the moment, I'm a Sri Lankan, so that's why I live in this country. I never go out anywhere. But when it comes to cricket, and if someone asks to coach or whatever, I will do it. It's not a problem. But if they don't give the opportunity to our cricketers to do, then they will go abroad. They will do the jobs in there because they can't live on thinking about when we'll get an opportunity in Sri Lanka. So they will look forward. They have to move on in life. They want to live their life. So the cricketers' heart are in cricket field. They don't know anything else other than cricket. So they have to find jobs. So they will move on. So you can't say if they're coaching some other cricket teams, they are traitors. It's very unfair thing to do that.
Absolutely. We're going to end this interview, Murali, with a text message one of your fans and one of our show fans have sent in. And I think this wraps it up and sums up what 99% of the population are feeling right now. And I'm read it word for word. I hope you're listening. We are really proud of you, Murali. And we know you are a proud Sri Lankan. We are behind you all the way, is a text that we received. And that's basically what we wanted to let you in on as well from our end. All the very best. Have a super day. And thank you so much for your time.
And thank you very much. And last thing I want to say is, what I have to say, and I said, hopefully the decision makers will think about it and do a better job in Sri Lankan cricket board. Hopefully our cricket flourish for next 10 years. That's my hope.
Thank you so much, Murali. Thank you for speaking to us. And again, honestly, spoken from the heart. Have yourself a wonderful day, and hopefully we'll speak to you once again very soon. Thanks so much. There you go. What an interview, man. That
so
was
great.
Crazy.
And you know what will top this interview? A top-notch song for Murali. And this is the only one we can think of because this is our champion. It's Muttaya Muralidharan, the closest thing to perfection we know as far as spin bowling goes. He's ours. He's Lankan.